My name is Trenton and I studied Winston Churchill. The biography I read was Hero of the Empire by Candace Miller. Winston Churchill was born on November 30th, 1874. When he was young, his parents found out that he wasn't able to pronounce the letter S. And since his parents were wealthy, he was able to take therapy, but he decided that he was just going to embrace it because it was unique to him. Once war was declared on the Boers are the native South African people that live there, he decided to leave England and go to South Africa and report the war as a correspondent for a newspaper. And so once he arrived in South Africa, he wanted to get the best stories and the best reports, so he wanted to get right into the middle of the fight, so he got on an armored train, but it was attacked and derailed by the Boers, and he was taken as a prisoner of war. After a couple of days, he was taken to the Stats Model School, which is a converted prison, but 3 years before the war was actually a teacher's training college. After a month or so, he eventually escaped, but he had to go on alone. And after a couple of days or so, he came upon a coal mine where an Englishman lived named John Howard, who agreed to help him to his freedom. Even after Churchill's free, he still wanted to go back and fight, which is crazy for most people because after the war, they're so traumatized and shocked. They don't want to go back, but he always wanted to fight. That's the most interesting thing I found about him, that he was always wanted to go back and fight no matter what. He wanted to give up until he did because he didn't want the war to go on without him fighting in it. In 1953, he won the Nobel Prize for his literature and speeches, and on January 24th, 1965, he died at the age of 90 after suffering a stroke. A couple character traits I saw were he was determined, and quotes under, and then he was heroic and confident. A couple interesting facts were that famous writers in today's world like Rudyard Kipling, who wrote the Jungle Book, and Conan Doyle, who wrote the Sherlock Holmes series, also reported the war just like Churchill. And Churchill could name off the Transvaal train stations. The Transvaal is a county inside the area that the Boers controlled. There's 4 counties, and that was one of them. He can name off those train stations in order even decades after the war because he had such a remarkable memory. I would definitely recommend this book, Hero of the Empire by Candace Miller. It's very interesting. It's not just a normal biography where it's just information. It's in a story form, so it makes it more interesting. Like, it's a fictional book, but it's not. It's real information. So I thought when I was going to start reading, I was going to have to go through every page, and I was going to like it. But once I started reading it, I actually liked it. And she's a great author. Any questions? Clear.
When did he become the Prime Minister for Queen?